Hey everybody, here we are in the top of the eighth inning in game 2 of the 2006 Mets Cards replay using Stratomatic basic game. Up to this point, the score is 2-1. Tyler Johnson is in for the Cards, and pitching for the Mets is Chad Bradford. So it's Bradford now. The starters were Carpenter for the Cards and Maine for the Mets, but they've been relieved. And the score is 2-1. We catch the action in the top of the eighth inning with Ron Belliard, the second baseman. In 2006, he batted .237 with 5 home runs. And we're going to start rolling. Pitcher for New York is Chad Bradford. He's 4-2 with a 2.90 ERA in 62 innings. And that is a 4-5. So that's going to be off Bradford's card. A 5 is a ground ball shortstop. X, it's a 12-2 because Reyes is a 2. So it's a 12-2, and that's going to be a ball that Reyes handles easily and rifles over to first for the first out. We got Yadier Molina batting against Bradford. And it's going to be a 3-5 off Molina's card. And that's going to be a ground ball. And Reyes grabs it over to first, 2 away. Now, I basically color code each of my relief pitchers. And we're going to do that right now for Bradford. Going to put him in there. So he pitched 2 already. He's going for the third. Going to write Bradford in. Okay. And now he faces John Rodriguez. And that's going to be a 5-6, a 5-6. And that's off Bradford's card. And that's a pop-up to the first baseman, Delgado. Delgado's under it, and that's the third out of the inning. So pop 3. And the top of the ninth is going to see Eckstein. It looks like Eckstein, Duncan, and Pujols. We're going to go to the bottom of the eighth inning. The score is 2-1. Mets are up. And Paul LaDuca against Tyler Johnson. He's 6'7", so it's off. It's off of Tyler Johnson, 6'7". It's a ground ball, second base. Second baseman for the Cardinals is Belliard, who is a 3, and a 7-3 is an out. And he had a pretty good season. He belted 41 home runs and batted .275, drove in 116 for the Mets. So I guess he paid dividends. It's going to be a 6-7. It's going to be off Johnson's card. A 6-7 is going to be a ground ball, second base to Belliard X. It's an 8. An 8. Belliard is a 3. I'm sorry, no, Belliard is a 2. Let me double check that. Belliard is a 3. And an 8 is a ground ball out. 2 away. And we're going to go to Carlos Delgado. Delgado in 2006 batted .265, hit 38 home runs, drove in 114. So he was a one good. Mets had a heck of a 1-2 punch, followed by third baseman Wright. It's a 6-10, so that's going to be a 6-10 is a ground ball, third base X. And that's going to be a 10. Their third baseman is Spezio today. it was a little controversy over Spezio starting over Roland, but it's how the manager wanted to do it. And so let's see, it's a 10. Spezio's a 3. 310 is a ground ball that Spezio handles, and he throws it over to first for the third out. So that's 3 up, 3 down. 3 up, 3 down. And after 8 innings of play, the score is the Mets 2 and the Cards 1. We're going to the top of the ninth. The top of the ninth. And the Mets are going to bring in their reliever, their closer. Their closer was also a free agent signing, Billy Wagner. So in 2006, the Mets really spent some money. And Wagner is going to be facing the top of the Cards order in Eckstein, Duncan, and Pujols. So Billy Wagner, and the closer is going red. So I'm going to color in at least 3 batters. And we're going to fill them in down here. And that's going to be Wagner. There you go. And let's start the inning. All right, David Eckstein. That's a 3-11 off Eckstein, is a ground ball to second base. And the second baseman for the Mets, Valentin, throws it over to first, 1 away. 2-1 score, guys. Top of the ninth, game 2. In the series, Mets are down 1-0. Chris Duncan. Chris Duncan batted .293 with 22 home runs in only 280 at-bats. So actually, if you double the at-bats, that would be a full season. He would have hit 44 home runs. So he's a dangerous batter for sure. And that's going to be a 5-8. A 5-8. Billy Wagner's a strikeout. So Wagner gets him looking. And Pujols. Albert Pujols batted .333 with 49 home runs. Let me double check that. 49 home runs for Pujols. Wow. All right. Here goes. Billy Wagner to Pujols. Here's a pitch. And it's a 2 off Pujols' card. 5. A 2-5 is a ground ball to Reyes. Reyes handles it easily over to first, and that's the game. The Mets tie the series at 1 apiece with a 2-1 victory. So the Cards had 1 run on 4 hits and no errors. The Mets had 2 runs on 6 hits and no errors. And the winning pitcher will be Maine for the Mets. The losing pitcher will be Carpenter for the Cards. And basically, the Mets scored all their runs in the first inning on a double by Beltran after both Reyes and LaDuca singled, and then a sacrifice fly by David Wright. The Cards basically scored their run in the top of the 7th inning, a Pujols single, followed by a single by Edmonds. Pujols took third, and then it was a single by Juan Encarnacion, not Edwin Encarnacion, which I think when I broadcasted yesterday, I mistaken one for the other. And then Edmonds tried to make it to third with 2 outs, and he was thrown out by Beltran, who made an amazing throw to third base to get Edmonds. And that was all she wrote for the Cards. And that's about it. Comment and like and subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed the quick ending of this game. Thanks.